The narcissist does everything backwards. The narcissist is the antithesis of an empath. And an empath can't comprehend someone who doesn't want love and care and companionship and compassion. They really can't understand that, and that's where a lot of the confusion lies in the beginning before you do research and understand what narcissism is. There's a lot of confusion because you can't understand why a person would act like this, and that's because they're the complete opposite of what you would normally want. And so therefore you cannot comprehend a person that does not think like you. In other words, like, our brain is wired one way, and, we're looking for love, validation, companionship. So we can't comprehend that a person exists that is not actually looking for love, because they can't feel love. So it's this kind of lack of comprehension that brings all of the confusion, and once you understand their MO, everything makes sense, but until then it's just complete confusion, because it makes no sense to you how a person could exist in such a manner. So they are the exact opposite of the empath. They are basically satanic. They do not want love. They have so much hate and anger and envy and jealousy, whereas the empath is the antithesis of hate and anger. They are about love, caring, kindness. So these two things do not go together. It's like oil and water. And if you're trying to make something work with a narcissist, that's like wanting to be on Satan's team. Why would you want to align yourself with evil? A narcissist is evil. And by trying to be with them, trying to make things work with them, you're trying to make things work with evil. Why would you do that? That makes absolutely no sense. You align yourself with people who have the same goals as you for good in the world. But the narcissists show themselves even early on. They give you red flags about why are they being so evasive, why are they being so elusive, why did they say they were going to call and not call, why did they say they were going to show up and not show up. Well, there was confusion from early on because they don't care. They don't want the same things as you, such as companionship and love. They want to show you who's boss and control you. So by them not showing up, that's sending a message to you that you don't matter. They are the king of the universe. And it's also sending a message to you. It's a gauge of if you start giving them energy into, oh, why didn't you call? Why didn't you show up? This and that. They already know, okay, she's giving me supply. This is a small thing. If you go off on that, and you go off on them and give them energy, then they're going to take it to the next level. So they're doing little things even in the beginning to test you out, see what you're going to put up with, see how much abuse they're going to be able to get off. And if you're responding to that and flying off the handle and giving them your energy, then they know that you're going to be a really good target, because when they do bigger stuff, you're going to give them even more supply for those things, because you're already telling them that you care. Like, if they didn't show up, okay, well, I wanted you to show up, I wanted you to be there. So they know, in a way, you're already somewhat wrapped around their finger. So they're leveraging the fact that you really like them. If you're pointing out that you really like them, they know that they're going to be able to manipulate you even more. If you seriously like them, they're going to use that to their advantage even more, because they're like, oh, this person really wants to be in a relationship, they've been alone for a while, or whatever the case may be. And so they're thinking, okay, I'm really going to be able to abuse this person, I'm really going to be able to take advantage of this person, because, you know, they've been alone for a while, so they really want to be in a relationship. It's kind of unbelievable, the level of cruelty, but like I said, you're dealing with someone that does not think like you at all. They only care about manipulation and getting the supply, and they have to manipulate in order to get that supply. They have to play these games in order to get that supply. So the fact that you're seeing confusion even in the early stages is your cue to leave, because that's showing you this person is playing games, they don't give a crap about me, and that's your cue to leave. I dodged a major bullet by getting out of there. I picked up on the red flags pretty promptly, and so I was just more observing and trying to make sure, are they definitely a narc? You know, I was just observing every single thing that they were doing. And then I just went and did my research. But the point is, they do everything backwards. They are the exact opposite of you, and they're not going to all of a sudden morph overnight into Jesus Christ and be a kind, caring, compassionate, loving person. So even if you doused them in holy water and brought them to church every weekend, every Sunday, and baptized them, they're not going to change. I mean, no matter what you do, they're not going to change. So you can only control your own actions, and the only action you need to take is to leave.